Hey there guys, my name's Aiden from V Design, and in this video I'm excited to share with you the new Diplock Park draft concept master plan. So first of all, and as always, we'll start off with an acknowledgement of country, and we'd like to recognise the Barangam people as the traditional custodians of the land, which is today now known as Dalby, and where Diplock Park is located, and we want to recognise their continuing connection to and care for the land and country, and pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Now, before we get into the master plan, we'll have a brief recap. So you guys at the schools might remember getting a visit from myself, David, Brooke or Harriet last week, and you guys had the opportunity to get out of the classroom for a little bit and help us with this visioning board activity that you see on the screen here. And we loved talking to you guys, hearing a little bit about how you currently use Diplock Park and also what you see as opportunities for the park in the future. Now, this was also part of a broader engagement process that we went through with the community. We went through similar activities in our workshops on Tuesday and Thursday night. Again, to see what people thought, you guys as the community, the users of the park, what you would like to see happening in this space. And as well as that, we had the online engagement portal, which we got some great feedback on there as well, almost 140 responses. So really good to see that the community is passionate about Diplock Park and invested in realising those opportunities for the park in the future. So what we got out of the feedback from our workshops was a lot of these great ideas around opportunities and aspirations for the park. You can see a bit of a list here. I won't read through them, but please have a look through them when you can. What we saw though was, although we had so many great ideas, there's definitely some strong thinking and accord in what the community sees as the main opportunity for Diplock Park. So from there, we're able to take all that feedback and simmer it down again to develop these 4 really strong design drivers. Now, we like to develop these because as designers, it helps us with our design output, make sure everything we do can answer back to these 4 key ideas. And in that way, we're also responding to what you guys told us in the workshop, because these were created from that feedback. So just briefly, again, I won't read through all of this, but please have a look when you get a chance. The 4 design drivers were inclusive and safe, a place for use, active recreation, focused and flexible and versatile. So to summarise that, Diplock Park will be a place we know that youths and teenagers like to use it. Obviously with the school so close by, it's a great asset for you guys, but also a place where families and their kids can come and feel safe and included as well. An active recreation focus was really important from what you told us, so offering a diversity of different activities, both recreational and passive, so you can take place in sport and recreation, but also have a space to hang out, chill out and socialise. And of course flexible and versatile, so offering a lot of different activities through the park so everyone can enjoy it. Then from there, we like to create another really strong design vision. So just a strong, punchy sentence that helps capture the sentiment of the community. So this is just our first crack, so please let us know what you think. But what we have for the vision for Diplock Park is Dalby's vibrant, youthful heart, a safe place for all, offering a dynamic range of activities and events where every youth feels at home. So let us know what you think of that, and we'll move on into the draft master plan. Alright, so introducing the Diplock Park Draft Master Plan. So in just a couple of days, David and myself were able to take all your great ideas and draft them up and spatialise them into the master plan you see in front of you. So we'll just break it down a little bit into some of the different precincts that you can have in Diplock Park. What you'll see looking at this is that there's a really strong overlay for your active recreation. So we've got areas like your pump track, advanced skate, a multi-use court, but then also having those recreational opportunities for users of different skill levels, so such as a junior skate and grind, discovery, climb and play for your younger kids, And then just as importantly is having those active recreation opportunities, sort of breakout spaces where if you don't want to take part in those activities, you can hang out, chill out and socialise. So we'll just have a quick fly through of these different areas. So the advanced skate area and the hangout. So you guys told us that the skate park is very a popular place, but not everyone that goes and uses the skate park actually wants to skate. So it'd be great to see places around the skate park where friends could come and watch and hang out as people skate. So it creates sort of this hub of activity around the skate park. So this youth hangout area where you've got mounding, which you can sort of lie down on, chill out on under some shade, as well as having these fun offerings like table tennis, where you could do some other sort of recreation. So the junior skate and grind, another thing you guys told us is that younger kids love using the skate park, and that's a really good thing. However, it can be a bit of a challenge when you're trying to use a skate park and there's all sorts of ages and skill levels. It sort of gets a bit chaotic. So building on that skate offering in the park, it would be a great idea to have this junior skate area. So sort of a smaller scale skate park that focuses more on those facilities where you can build your skating skills, like your grinding and your rails, some smaller bowls where kids can develop their skating skills alongside some of the older kids and more advanced skaters. Another thing you told us was the importance of incorporating shade around the skate park. We know how hot it gets around Dalby, so just trying to bring shade in through shade structures and trees around those recreation areas. The pump track was something you guys said would be great to have in the park as well, so bringing that recreation overlay as well, another layer of that. So having this pump track that sort of weaves around some mounding and planting, so it also feels embedded in the landscape, and you can see you can do some really cool things through pump track design. So another thing with the younger kids, they love to come to the skate park, and of course they want to have fun too, but it can be a bit of a problem when they're trying to climb over the skate park where you're trying to skate. So having this offering, a play offering for kids to come and still have fun and learn through recreation, but that's just a little bit more separate from the skate park. So this nature-based play opportunity with climbing walls, balance beams, so kids can still get to build those skills. The multi-use court, so a flexible full court that offers a variety of different sports you can play on a multi-purpose court, such as tennis, handball, all sorts. So getting your full court in, but then just as importantly as the court space is having these breakout spaces around the court. Your open kickabout space, we already mentioned the value of having that open space in the park, but then defining that with this pathway that can also double as an area where younger kids can learn to ride their bikes and then move on to the pump track. So the Western Welcome, or Western Gateway into Dalby, so playing on this idea of creating this identity marker as you drive in through Dalby, but then also giving it that functional use as a fence or screen. We know that you currently have this pretty plain and boring black fence along the interface between the park and the Warrego Highway. That's an important thing for safety, so we don't want to take that away at the screening, but how can we actually do something that's a little bit more interesting and again gives the park some identity and the town as a whole. So these are just some images that we liked of Corten steel. It's very versatile, and you can play with these ideas of permeability, so you're still able to get that visual access and see into the park, but also just create something that gives the park some identity. You can imagine incorporating some signage or murals into the fence or screen, and imagine it weaving around some planting and turf. It would be really interesting. One thing we heard in the community workshop, one response was that Dalby State High has a very renowned manual arts facility, so maybe it's an opportunity for those students to get their fingerprints on the park and have a part in creating Diplock Park. And then finally we just have some of our access points, and then this spine, which we thought would be nice to call Lincoln's Way, in commemoration of the late Lincoln Hode, who was evidently a patron of the skate park and very well loved by the community, so it's a nice way to commemorate him through this presence in the park. Of course, there'll be more engagement to do with the family in that, but it's just a subtle way to recognise his legacy. Again, so the spine sort of creates this very strong axis through the park. We also have the toilet block here located along the spine, bit in clearer sight at the end of these two axes, so you can see it from the highway. It creates a little bit of a safer space. And then also this welcome plaza that comes in from this car park here as you come into the park. So using some seating areas, again, just to welcome you into Diplock Park. Alright, well that was our master plan. Thanks for listening. We're really eager to see what you guys, to hear back from you guys. Let us know if there's anything that we missed or anything we could add. We'd love to hear your response. So we've got a couple of activities for you guys to do. So yeah, if you could get them back to us, we're really eager to hear your response. Thanks guys.